Hi guys, welcome to Rachel Jess. Today I've got a brand new book that I wanted to show you via video rather than just write a blog piece on, because this is different to any other craft or activity book that I've reviewed for you guys in the past. This is a whole different level of craft. Well, it is outdoor skills and play for children, and it is called Forest School Adventures. And this book, as detailed on the back, states: learn how to light a fire without matches, build a shelter to sleep in, cook on a fire, hunt for bugs, and much, much more. With essential bushcraft basics and Stone Age survival skills to joyful outdoor play, this book is packed with ideas to bring children closer to nature and all its magical offerings. I mean, that sounds pretty good. It sounds terrifying and it sounds blooming fantastic all at the same time. I don't know which emotion to feel first. I was a brownie and then a guide, and a lot of information in here is kind of what you can. I don't know if they still do it. I was a brownie in the 80s and we had such a different outlook on life then, so I don't know what they do at Rainbow and brownies and guides and cubs and beavers. We didn't have rainbow and beavers, so I don't know. But in my day, a lot of what we did, or a lot of what we were taught is in this book, and I love it. I love that it's bringing kids closer to nature. It's bringing survival skills back. It's, you know, Bear Grylls for kids, not as extreme. I was taught how to make a stretcher and how to make a fire, and it's in here. And when you go camping as a guide, and I presume a scout, you learn a lot of what's in here as well. But that's not to say you have to be a guide to like this book. You just have to be either a child or an inner child in you as a parent. I've had a look through this book, and like I said, it is both terrifying and fascinating all rolled into one. So I wanted just to flick through it, and then I'll just go through a couple of pages. So this is Naomi Walmsley and Dan Westall who have made this book, and I will put a link on my page to a video of these guys talking about this book, and they did spend time out with nature, so these guys know what they're talking about. So let's have a look. So the very first section, the very first section is on nature awareness. Just look at this picture. Just love this. This is like a scene out of Harry Potter. Just have a look. So that's what we're dealing with. So this first section is nature awareness, and it's all about nature crafts. So we've got the building a birdhouse, and we've got building a bug hotel, and playing with clay. And you know, look at this. Look at this for a bug hotel. You know, we've got one in our garden, which isn't anything as fancy as that, but that's in our garden. Building with clay. I also saw in here how to make charcoal. And that's where it's like a little bit scary. Leaf painting, nest building. You know, it's teaching story time stones. So the first section is very much outdoor play with the children, quite pleasant, calm, leaf painting, bug house, investigating, observation towers. So general stuff that you can go out and about and do with your children. And like I've always said, you don't have to be a crafty mum. You don't have to be anything but you. You know, if you need a little bit of help on what to do with the children, or, you know, you don't want to plonk them in the garden again in the swimming pool, there's no, you know, why not get a book that shows you some ideas? It's a craft book, but this one, you know, if you're going camping, if you're going on holiday, or even if you live near woods, this is brilliant. So it is, look how thick this is. It is absolutely jammed packed with cooking, you know, cooking inside fruit and vegetables. It's proper camp style survival, mini Bear Grylls. It's just got something for everybody. We've got plant identification. I don't know what they are. Dandelion nettles. Well, that's it. That's me, right? So I can do them too. I didn't know what wild garlic looked like. That's interesting. But it explains about wild garlic and its properties and its appearance. So it's, you know, it's got a section on wild food and foraging food. See, this is where it gets a bit scary, because I think I've mentioned before that I have got a 6-year-old boy who is very much very much into his slugs and snails and snot and grime and digging and climbing, and the thought of wild food would worry the pants off me that he'd then eat it. See, that's where your parenting skills come in, and you know your child, and you know if you're going to take them out into the wild and you're going to open them up to this whole, this is food or this isn't food, you need to be on it with them. If you know, your child might not, it might be very nice, oh yes, that's nice, but if you're like mine, you're like, eh. So you need to be on it and be like, you can't eat it, or you can eat it. But for my purposes, I would just say that you can't eat anything, because so natural clay, look, I wouldn't know how to make that, but I know my child would just love that, and I'd have trouble getting him. What is a fat lamp? Fishing, glue, wilderness survival. This is what I was talking about earlier, and how to make a stretcher. That's a lot more fancy than I was taught. But yeah, so I know I'm all right. If I break my leg, my child can just make me a stretcher, and away we go. Yeah, now see, carving with a butter knife. And that's when I said at the beginning, it's fabulous, but it's also scary. But it's a bit like forest school. If you visited forest schools, or your children are fortunate enough to go to forest school or been to forest school, you know your children. You are the adult. You just keep an eye on them, don't you? You just watch over them. It's not like, you know, sharpening a knife. You're not just going to go, here, go. You do that. I'm just going to wander off and have a cup of tea in my freshly made water from the spring. You know, and then to emphasize this, there is a section on knife safety. I can't show you, well I could, but I won't show you the whole book. It's, you know, it's just a lot. There's a lot in here, and this is the one I want to try. I want to make charcoal. I don't know how to do it, and I want to do it. And everything obviously has got to be under adult supervision. You've got to know what you're doing. I would strongly suggest you read through what you want to do, and then take your kids out. I mean, how fantastic is that? A day out camping with your book, flick through the pages, mark the pages, you know, with a post-it of what you want to do. Lighting a fire using fire steel, you know, go through what your skill sets would be for your children, age appropriate. Set up a camp, you know, maybe just go out there with the bare minimums and see how far you get. It just opens up so many possibilities. You know, you could go out with just a bottle of water and a few basics and see if you can make your tent, see if you can make your fire, make your stretcher. It's brilliant. I mean, I personally think it's a brilliant book. It's got great survival skills in there. It's got great hints and tips and things to do. It's also really scary, because you think, oh my God, do I want my child making charcoal? It's like, oh. But you know, you empower them to an extent, don't you? It's brilliant. It's paperback, a lot there. Excuse me. Easy to follow instructions, lots and lots of clear pictures, lots of instructions, how to collect water. You know, I think Naomi and Dan have done an absolutely fantastic job on this book. It's beautiful, you know, and to finish it off, there are games that you can play. And it's just get those kids out there, get them closer to nature, get them having fun, and you're going to have fun at the same time, aren't you? Let's face it, we're all big kids, aren't we? I don't think anybody really grows up, not in their mind. So do check it out. I will write it up on my blog. I will also add the details, the book details and where you can buy it. I think these guys have done a fantastic job. Check them out on YouTube as well. So that was Naomi Walmsley and Dan Westall. Yeah, check these guys out as well. They talk about their adventures and the reason for writing the book. And this is a whole new level of fun.